The air in Dodger Stadium is electric. There's a crackle of anticipation, a sense that something unforgettable is about to unfold. Every seat is filled, every fan on edge, and the city of Los Angeles holds its breath, united in hope and tension. It's October 28, 2025, Game 3 of the World Series. The Blue Jays and Dodgers are locked in a fierce battle, the series tied at 1 game apiece. Tonight the stakes feel higher than ever, with both teams desperate to seize the advantage and etch their names into baseball history. The scoreboard glows. 5-5, bottom of the 8th inning. The tension is almost unbearable. Every pitch, every swing, every decision could be the difference between heartbreak and glory. Every pitch could decide the fate of two cities. The pitcher stares in, the batter digs in, and the crowd holds its collective breath, knowing that a single mistake or a single moment of brilliance could change everything. This is more than a game. It's a heavyweight fight, a test of will and endurance. Each team throws its best punch, refusing to back down, refusing to let the moment slip away. Both teams have traded blows, refusing to give an inch. We've seen tempers flare, emotions run high, and players push themselves to the absolute limit. Every run has been earned, every out has been fought for. We've witnessed towering home runs that brought the crowd to its feet, and defensive gems that left everyone in awe. There have been moments of pure genius, split-second decisions, impossible catches, and fearless base running. The crowd is a deafening sea of blue, hearts pounding with every play. The energy is contagious, surging through the stands and onto the field, fueling the players and amplifying every moment. This is October baseball, where legends are made and dreams are shattered in an instant. Every player knows that a single play could define their career or haunt them for years to come. Both teams have faced adversity and responded with the heart of champions. They've picked each other up, rallied after setbacks, and shown the resilience that defines greatness on this stage. The Dodgers, fueled by their home crowd, have relied on a single superstar to keep them alive. His bat has been electric, his presence a steadying force in the chaos, and the fans roar with every step he takes to the plate. The Blue Jays, battered by injuries, have clawed for every run. They've shown grit and determination, rallying around their wounded teammates and refusing to let setbacks define them. Every player has stepped up, each one playing for something bigger than themselves. The balance is so delicate. A single moment could tip the scales. The pressure is immense, and every detail matters, from the grip on the ball to the dust on home plate. The story of Game 3 isn't finished yet. Both dugouts are on edge, players watching every pitch, every swing, knowing that history is being written with each passing second. Its most important chapter is about to be written under the bright lights of Los Angeles. In this city of stars, on this grandest of stages, heroes will rise, hearts will break, and the world will watch as a new legend is born tonight. This World Series is no accident. Both teams dominated all year. The Blue Jays stormed through the American League, winning 94 games and the East Division. Their lineup is feared, capable of overwhelming any opponent. The Dodgers, with 93 wins, ruled the National League West and were nearly unbeatable at home. Dodger Stadium's energy is a weapon tonight. Both teams survived the playoff gauntlet, their stars delivering in the clutch. The Blue Jays' resilience and the Dodgers' experience brought them here. Toronto took Game 1 in a blowout. LA answered with a convincing Game 2 win. Now, with the series tied, Game 3 is the turning point. The winner moves 2 steps closer to the Commissioner's Trophy. The game began as a classic pitchers' duel, Scherzer for Toronto, Glasnow for LA. Both pitchers, known for their fierce competitiveness and pinpoint accuracy, were expected to dominate the game. Fans settled in for what they thought would be a low-scoring affair, with every pitch and every at-bat scrutinized under the bright stadium lights. But the bats had other plans. The hitters were not going to be overshadowed by the pitchers. They came out swinging, determined to make their mark on the game. In the second inning, Teoscar Hernandez, a former Blue Jay now donning the Dodgers uniform, stepped up to the plate. With a powerful swing, he sent the ball soaring over the fence, igniting the crowd and giving the Dodgers an early lead. The stadium erupted in cheers, a sea of blue and white celebrating the home run. The Blue Jays answered with patient, relentless offense, manufacturing runs and taking the lead by the third. They showcased their depth and discipline, stringing together hits and capitalizing on every opportunity. The dugout was alive with energy, players cheering each other on. The early innings became a slugfest, not a duel. Home runs and base hits came in quick succession, turning what was expected to be a pitcher's showcase into an offensive explosion. The scoreboard lit up with runs, and the fans were treated to a thrilling display of power hitting. Both lineups proved dangerous, every at-bat a threat. The tension was palpable with each pitch, as both teams knew that one mistake could change the course of the game. The dugouts were on edge, players and coaches alike fully engaged in the unfolding drama. Scherzer and Glasnow had to be perfect, but neither team would let up. The pressure mounted with each inning, as both pitchers tried to navigate through the powerful lineups. Their focus and determination were evident, but the relentless offense from both sides made it a daunting task. The Dodgers' home run showed their explosiveness. The Jays' rally showed their depth. It was a clash of styles, with the Dodgers relying on their power and the Blue Jays on their consistency. Both approaches were effective, keeping the game tightly contested. The tone was set. This would be a battle, not a blowout. Every player on the field knew that they had to bring their best, as the margin for error was razor-thin. The fans, too, were on the edge of their seats, fully aware that they were witnessing something special. Every run felt precious, every mistake magnified. The intensity of the game was reflected in the players' expressions and the fans' reactions. Each play was crucial, and the pressure was immense. The first few innings were just a taste of the drama to come. The stage was set for a classic showdown, with both teams refusing to back down. The anticipation for what lay ahead was palpable. Neither team would run away with this game. It was clear that this contest would be decided by the smallest of margins, with both sides evenly matched and determined to emerge victorious. A classic was unfolding before our eyes. The atmosphere was electric, the stakes high, and the outcome uncertain. This was baseball at its finest, a true test of skill, strategy, and heart. The Toronto Blue Jays had just seized the momentum, their dugout alive with energy as they celebrated a hard-earned lead. The scoreboard flashed their advantage, and for a moment, it looked like the night might belong to them. But then, as the third inning began, all eyes turned to Shoheiohtani. The stadium seemed to hold its breath as he strode to the plate, his presence alone shifting the atmosphere. Ohtani, with his calm focus and quiet confidence, was ready to make his mark. Facing him was Max Scherzer, a future Hall of Famer and one of the most dominant pitchers of his generation. This was a matchup for the ages, three-time MVP against three-time Cy Young winner. The tension was electric, every fan in the stadium sensing something special was about to happen. With a single, thunderous swing, Ohtani connected. The crack of the bat echoed through Dodger Stadium as the ball soared high and deep, leaving no doubt. The crowd erupted, their cheers shaking the stands as the ball sailed over the fence for a game-tying home run. Scherzer could only watch as Ohtani rounded the bases, his expression a mix of disbelief and respect. In that moment, Ohtani made one of the game's greatest pitchers look ordinary, reminding everyone why he's considered the best player on the planet. Throughout the night, Ohtani was the driving force behind the Dodgers' offense. Whether he was at the plate, on the bases, or in the dugout, he was always in the thick of the action, inspiring his teammates and igniting the crowd. His mere presence forced the Blue Jays to change their approach. Pitchers worked carefully, fielders shifted nervously, and the Toronto coaching staff huddled to strategize. Ohtani's impact was felt in every pitch, every play, opening up new opportunities for the Dodgers lineup. That home run was more than just a run on the board. It was a statement, a psychological blow that rattled the Blue Jays and sent a surge of belief through the Dodgers and their fans. In an instant, Toronto's hard-earned lead was erased. The momentum had shifted, and the Blue Jays were left searching for answers as the Dodgers celebrated. Ohtani had single-handedly dragged his team back into the fight, his energy and determination lifting everyone around him. And as the night wore on, it became clear. This was just the beginning of something special. Ohtani was far from finished. The Ohtani show was only getting started, and the baseball world was watching in awe. In the seventh, the game was still tied. Time for heroes. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. led off with a single, then made a daring dash from first to home on Bo Bichette's hit. Guerrero's hustle stunned the Dodgers and gave Toronto a 5-4 lead. It was a play of pure will and baseball intelligence. The Blue Jays' dugout erupted. This was the fight they needed. Guerrero, already having a stellar postseason, showed he could win with more than just his bat. Toronto manufactured a run through sheer determination. In a hostile stadium, they seized the moment. Guerrero's mad dash was the inning's defining play. For a moment, it looked like his effort might decide Game 3. The Jays had the lead, but the game was far from over. The pressure was only building. The Blue Jays' celebration was short-lived. Bo Bichette, who drove in the go-ahead run, was clearly hurt. His night was over. He'd just returned from a knee injury, pushing himself for this moment. His RBI single was heroic, but it came at a cost. The Jays lost their starting shortstop and a leader on the field. Bichette limped off to applause and frustration. Toronto's lineup and defense were suddenly vulnerable. The lead felt fragile, the mood tense. The physical toll of October baseball was on full display. The Jays had to regroup, knowing the final innings would test their depth. The cost of victory was mounting. The Jays' troubles deepened. George Springer, their veteran DH, was injured in the same inning. Springer's bat and experience are vital, but a painful swing ended his night. In minutes, Toronto lost two of its biggest stars. Springer's elite performance all season made his absence even more devastating. Ty France pinch hit but struck out, ending the inning. The Jays had the lead but at a steep price. The dugout's energy turned to concern. Toronto now faced the Dodgers lineup without two key players. Their advantage felt razor thin. The stakes had never been higher. The Dodgers trailed by 1 as Ohtani led off the 7th. The stadium buzzed. Everyone sensed a moment coming. On the second pitch, Ohtani crushed his second home run of the night. The game was tied, the crowd erupted, and momentum swung back to LA. Ohtani had erased Toronto's lead with a single swing. This was history. His 8th postseason homer, tying a Dodgers record. He became the first player ever with 3 multi-homer games in a single postseason. Ohtani had driven in 4 of LA's 5 runs. The Blue Jays, already reeling from injuries, were stunned. The Dodgers and their fans believed again. Ohtani was unstoppable, a one-man wrecking crew. The game was tied, but LA had seized the energy. Bottom of the 8th, tied at 5. The World Series hangs in the balance. Ohtani's brilliance has kept LA alive, his 2 home runs the Dodgers' entire offense. Toronto's heart is unbroken. Guerrero's hustle and the team's resilience keep them fighting. Injuries have tested the Jays' depth, but they refuse to fold. The series is a mirror of this game. Back and forth, no one giving an inch. The winner tonight takes a 2-1 series lead and a wave of confidence. Every pitch could create a hero or a heartbreak. This is October baseball. Unscripted, unpredictable, unforgettable. The next moments will define legacies and create legends.